everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Gold Label Walmart exclusive Vampire Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Now, like I said, this is part of the newest wave of Walmart exclusives, at least here in the US. I ordered this figure from Figurine for All. It's a Canadian-based website that had them in stock but sold out pretty quick. Funny thing is, the day after I ordered them, saw them here and had to wait for them to arrive. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. This is part of the Gold Label collection. A Gold Label figure is simply a retailer exclusive, whether it be Target or GameStop. This particular Gold Label is a Walmart exclusive. DC Multiverse Green Lantern. Here he is in the package. Looks like we have an evil vampire Green Lantern, and he comes with some energy effects, constructs, display stand, and a collector's card. One side of the package, Green Lantern from DC versus Vampires. Other side, Green Lantern. Bottom, bunch of credits. There's his barcode. And on the back, here's Vampire Hal Jordan. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And I did end up getting both these figures, Black Lightning and Vampire Hal Jordan. Both from Figurine for All, although they've been spotted in my area at Walmart by now. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He simply comes with a display stand and a collector's card. No traditional accessories, although maybe some of his lantern effects, they might come off. We'll check that out shortly. But before we take a look at those things, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Hal Jordan from DC vs. Vampires. This is the fourth vampire figure that they've made, and I think he might be the first actual one that is actually a vampire in the DC vs. Vampires comics. He looks pretty cool. Looks to be based off the original Hal Jordan body. So let's take a look. Start with his face here. It's definitely a vampire. You can see the fangs, sharp teeth. He's open. He's ready to feed. Eyes. I don't know, they look like maybe a little bit red, kind of white. He's got lantern energy all over him. It's sort of fiery in his hair, over his shoulders, and then on his hand. That stuff is cast in a semi-transparent plastic. Underneath, it looks to be the original John Stewart and Hal Jordan body. Green Lantern logo, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. He's got those giant arms from the original Hal Jordan. As a whole, I think he looks pretty good, pretty cool, especially that face. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Really like what I'm seeing here. Now for his accessories. Let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. Typical McFarlane stand. Black perfect circle. Very thin. Very basic. Now for his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of the Vampire Hal Jordan Green Lantern from DC vs. Vampires. On the back side there is a description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. And now I was curious, can you remove these lantern effects? Well, you can definitely not remove the one on top of his head. It's part of his hair. But you can take the one off of his hand. And you can take the one off of his shoulders. Exposing the vampire there. He's got the pointed ears. About to bite you. I like it. In addition to that, it can be really cool how black light affects transparent plastic. You can see the lantern effects all lit up here. This is with the lights completely dim under black light. It looks a lot different in person than it does on camera. It's just a really cool effect. Now I wanted to check out the reuse of this Vampire Hal Jordan next to the original version of Hal Jordan. So, obviously their heads are totally different. The torso appears to be exactly the same. The arms also appear to be exactly the same, a little bit too long. The hands themselves are different. Then the legs, the diaper piece, the feet, all identical. So a lot of reuse here, typical with a Gold Label figure. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of that fiery stuff on his head, about 7.1 inches tall, which can translate to approximately 18 centimeters. Now for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, you can rotate from side to side. He can look up and down a pretty good amount. You can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out way more than 90 degrees. Probably the biggest range of motion I've seen on a McFarlane shoulder. up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest, increasing the range of motion and covering the large gap that would be there. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows, they go all the way in. His wrist can rotate and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got a ball joint in his torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist, and it's hidden very nicely. Rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, very good range of motion in his torso area. This thing is very rubbery here. Legs, they only go out about this far, surprisingly minimal. Not a ball joint, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is minimal at best. They go forward all the way, back not much. Double jointed knees below that, and his ankle forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock, and of course, toe articulation. Here's a look at Hal Jordan in a church type setting. Here's the exact same image, just under black light, enhancing his lantern effects. And just one more closer look. Check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other DC versus vampire figures. Here's the entire lineup of DC versus vampire figures. We have Superman, Green Lantern, Batman, and the Joker. Rumor is the next one is going to be Damian Wayne Robin, and I would assume it's also going to be a Walmart exclusive. Now let's check him out next to some other McFarlane Green Lantern figures. Here he is, next to the traditional version of Hal Jordan. Then, next to the regular version of the John Stewart Green Lantern. Then, next to the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern. And now, next to the Alan Scott Green Lantern. This is the original version. And this isn't the first evil Green Lantern that McFarlane has made. We have 5 of them. Alan Scott, Hal Jordan again, John Stewart, and Bruce Wayne. Yes, it's a thing. Evil Green Lanterns. Here are all of the different McFarlane Green Lantern figures they've made so far. Quite a collection at this point. The next one that I can think of coming out is going to be the Collector's Edition, Series 3, Batman as Green Lantern. And here he is, next to the black lanterns McFarlane has made. Then, next to the red lanterns they've done. And now, next to the yellow lanterns they've done. Here's Hal Jordan, next to Kyle Rayner as a blue lantern. Here are all of the different lantern figures McFarlane has made so far. We've got black lanterns, red lanterns, yellow lanterns, blue lanterns, and of course, green lanterns. Here's Hal Jordan, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse Walmart exclusive gold label figures. We have the Vampire, Joker, Batman, Superman, and Hal Jordan. Then Black Lightning, Beast Boy, Captain Atom, and Eradicator. Now let's check him out next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the black and gray Hush Batman. And then the Batman from the Batman and Batraptor GameStop exclusive 2-pack. Now let's check him out next to some recent Target exclusive figures. We have the Sinestro Corps Batman, the DC Rebirth Supergirl, the Ted Corps Blue Beetle, and the Flash War Impulse. And here he is, next to the Target exclusive Jokerized Dark Knight Trilogy Wave. Then, next to some more Jokerized stuff. And now, next to the second wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, we have Firestorm, Sinestro, and Hawkman. There are Platinum Chase variants of all 3 of these figures, and if anyone out there finds one and is trying to hook me up, please drop me a line in the comments below. I'm on the hunt for all of them. Here's Hal Jordan, next to the Batman, Clayface, and Batwoman Rebirth 3-pack. This is an Amazon exclusive. And here he is, next to yet another Amazon exclusive, the Atomic Skull vs. Superman 2-pack. Then, next to the Batman Ultimate Movie 6-pack. And now, next to some recent Entertainment Earth exclusive figures, we have the Sketch, Rebirth Superman, and the Batman Who Laughs. Then the Blacklight, Infinite Frontier, Joker, and Scarecrow. Here's the Vampire Green Lantern, next to some more Amazon exclusive figures. These are the glow and dark variations. We have John Stewart Green Lantern, Swamp Thing, and the Infected Batman. Then, next to the 2 most recent McFarlane Mega figures, the Justice Buster and Anti-Monitor. And finally, next to the Hush Superman, the Tim Drake Robin, and both versions of the DC Classics Riddler. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect. They work way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jakks Pacific and some DST or Diamond Select toys. And here he is, next to a chicken drumstick. Then, with some DC Direct and some NECA figures. Here he is, next to some Mattel and some Jazzwares wrestling figures. Then, next to both some Mezco and some Mattel DC figures. And now, next to some Mafex and some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, next to some SH Figure Arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this Vampire Hal Jordan is a really cool figure. The face looks fantastic. The head sculpt, just top notch. It looks spooky, scary, perfect for this Halloween season. Now the body is a little bit dated. This is the original Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart body. The arms are too long. The torso, the diaper, it's a little bit dated, but I think it still looks good. They've done an excellent job of hiding the torso and waist joints under there. But it has the old school ball, wrist, and ankle joints. His accessories are pretty cool. The lantern effects. I love how blacklight hits transparent plastic. It looks fantastic, especially on a figure like this. If I had to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. It's a fun figure. It's a cool figure. It's great for this Halloween season. And it's a nice addition to the DC vs. Vampires line. I wonder how far they're going to take that. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.